Shoutouts. Shoutouts. And then he also has this other style that, like, when you look at his neutral structure and game plan, it almost reminds me of like a lot or something. Like his approach. In some ways. I'm not saying they're equivalent players. But even what I'm saying is even though he has the technical ability, he doesn't default to just face tanking. He doesn't just int into the opponent.
That's right. For the non-MOBA players, that's intentionally running in and in a bad way, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not an all body, kind of play style. There's a fair amount of spirit and heart, especially as JuiceBox dies pretty much at 0.
Yeah, like right away.
Yeah. And it's interesting that they start FD. I think that that means that they'd like to play a little bit slower because in this matchup you typically are choosing between the 3 FD, Final Destination, Fountain of Dreams, or Yoshi's Story. But FD, what it grants you is you play the projectile game a little bit more, and mistakes aren't going to lead to as many standard punishes.
You know how you get a feeling sometimes and you can't explain it? I have the feeling that Yoshi's is a JuiceBox stage when these two play. I don't know why. It just, my heart tells me that's true.
I see it.
I
can feel it.
I'm supposed to be
based
able
on
to,
no evidence, right?
I'm supposed to be able to analyze that. All I know is from their play styles, like the overall picture. That feels good for JuiceBox to me. But in this game, Polish is the one who's looking good.
That's right.
He had JuiceBox on the roast, but actually a reversal, and that is that optimal up air that's supposed to be able to lead to more follow-ups sometimes.
Yeah, he gets the up air, but Polish so fast, it's got to be a wiggle out, I think, to get the nair out to interrupt the combo.
Yep.
So JuiceBox instead immediately adapting and saying, okay, I can't really get a really long extended punish on you. I'm going to go for the safe damage. And that means sort of like JuiceBox is going to have to get more neutral wins than he would against another Pete's that doesn't have as good defensive options. I love that wave dash forward jab, but he presses a little bit too far and gets nared for it.
Yep. And trying to contest the invincibility is Polish, and honestly, if the punishes are going to be that small, it might be worthwhile. So I'd expect to continue to see those fast aerials, sort of dragging those retreating hitboxes when JuiceBox is near the ledge.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are seeing those retreating hitboxes from JuiceBox right now in neutral. What he is looking for is to stay just in a range close enough to threaten. He can't let Polish just pull turnips, So you have to maintain a good space close enough to Polish to do that. And punish Polish if he...
game was over anyway, right?
Yeah,
that's okay.
Whatever.
GG go next.
Yep.
That's fine.
He has to stay close enough to punish turnips if he pulls them, but he has to stay far enough away from... so you don't get fared or, get floated in and dared.
Yeah, I think that's common in a lot of Peach matchups. The thing is, it's probably extra pronounced in this one because Sheik isn't the most... isn't the character that uses forward momentum the best, right? It's not the easiest. Very crouch cancelable.
Yes.
Lower reward unless maybe it's a grab.
Yeah.
And the ability to hold your ground with the good tilts, the strong aerials, the wave dash back to retreat is just so strong.
Yeah. That also, what you're saying is also why JuiceBox is still having to pick his spots really well, because without a clean hit, you can't really drift back. You don't have safe aerials. Without a clean hit, he'll get counter punished.
Oh, the nair almost hit.
That's an anti option, fairing from ledge.
Maybe it's because they thought there was going to be recovery from the initial nair or something that made, it could have been one of those types of things where you're trying to respond to something, but it's a little too late.
Yes. Yeah. It's like registered it a little bit after the thing happened. Okay.
Hanging on the ledge. Peach is pretty rough on the ledge, so you have to get clever with how you make it back.
Yeah, and I like JuiceBox is actually showing Polish that he knows what to do just by crouching near the ledge, crouching Sheik, is to say, don't try to do something unsafe or just try to parasol me, because I will punish you for it.
If Peach just repeatedly parasols and Sheik crouch cancels, can you do something? Can you down tilt it or something?
If the spacing is bad.
Okay, yeah, I feel like if it's perfect, you shouldn't be able to do anything about it except back off a little.
But if it's perfect, you're getting also 2%. So
you take it a couple times just because.
Just get a moral victory.
Just to show that it doesn't matter.
Ooh, okay. You saw for a moment JuiceBox wanted to up air, you know, just in his little Sheik heart, to challenge Peach on the platform. Ah, and a tech glove.
It's the second one this set.
Yeah,
this one
that's
kind of
right.
mattered a lot, though.
Yeah, I worry that maybe JuiceBox is going to lose faith in his execution, which is really going to be his strength. And it's going to be necessary to keep up with Polish's level of play. Such a fast and technical player. JuiceBox is going to have to meet it if he's going to have a chance of getting into Grand's winner side, but it's looking really bad. Down a game and down 2 stocks.
So I'm starting to see one of my favorite things about JuiceBox's playstyle again. He's using the Nair to make a no-fly zone on top of Peach, because Polish has begun taking to the air. And his, like I said, his ability to control space is it's just so subtle and beautiful. I don't know. There's something great about it.
We saw a lot of that in the Ganon sets, the no flux zone.
Yeah, we did. And Sheik's ability to do it is a little more like around the opposing character. You like the down air punish, I could tell, right?
I do.
Yeah, it was a cool punish. It was cool.
It's what Falcons do, right? Like they try to read a spot dodge, but the short hop down air is delayed, so they get the hit. JuiceBox did a short hop down air, and it worked on Peach.
All right, so still a pretty big lead for Polish. Man, I keep feeling like that SD really dampened his chances this match, you know, and the feeling of it is as such. Because if it was just from the play, it feels like it should be dead even to me.
I feel the same way, yeah. And I think that's actually going to be it. JuiceBox needs to take a moment, and I think that little exhale is a signifier of that. Polish staying locked in, though.
Yeah, Polish hasn't missed a beat. Even though JuiceBox has done such a good job controlling space and making threats around the slow character of Peach, this is the thing about Polish. He is so slippery. He is able to just wiggle his way out of tight situations with Peach's movement. Small things like a little wave dash back, a tiny jump. He can float, you know, the lowest possible height, or he'll use the double jump to sort of curl up in certain ways in certain places. All these like small, the little minutia of the way he moves is.
I was playing
impressive.
I was playing a friendly with Polish, and he just did the craziest. Like, he double jump landed an aerial and then edge canceled it and used the momentum to slide back. I don't know exactly what he did, but he looked at me and he said, "I'm the only Peach that does that."
Blake Ray does that. All right. But I mean, he's the only one at live events doing it right now, that's for sure.
Right.
I can't let that go uncorrected in good faith.
Yeah. Oh, actually, JuiceBox goes straight to ledge. Polish not fast enough to cover it at that point. JuiceBox, I like maintaining some distance, but he can't let Polish choke him out because, like, in the corner against Peach, ooh, okay, down tilt doesn't get him the strong hit of up air, which might have killed, but I think it's not a bad option, especially to punish landing.
So chain into Nair, true combo?
Yeah, that's new. He's the only Sheik that does that. He's the only Sheik that does that. That situation that just happened is a rare moment where Sheik will be wanting to aerial Peach on platform because the rising Nair of Sheik shield pokes more often than not. Yeah. And at this high percent, that's really what he's looking for. A strong aerial is going to be hard to get on Polish, but a grab into a confirm is probably... ooh, and you know Polish.
He wants it.
Polish knows too.
Yeah, that's the thing about Polish is he always feels like he's able to feel what the other player wants. Like he knows the matchup from the perspective of both characters.
You're saying Polish is an empath.
Or well studied, one or the other. Yeah, or well studied.
Ooh, I love that runoff back air. It is so at this point with the percents in this matchup, JuiceBox really has to be cognizant of the fact that he doesn't get the privilege of getting to scrap against Peach right now. You got to get clean hits and you got to make out like a bandit.
And how do you get those clean hits? Because I mean, I'm looking to you for the answer here because JuiceBox has been just consistently falling a little behind every game.
It's challenging, especially with Polish's movement in and out, which has been a little bit ambiguously Polish. He's getting them a lot on the platforms because Peach's movement is going to be a little bit more limited there. But the things that the aerials that he's trying to get are just the strong back airs, and it's really a matter of spacing. It gets easier with higher percents.
I feel like the sequence is the game. Okay, JuiceBox has a chance.
Okay.
I feel like if he drops that and Polish gets back on stage, it's over.
Oh, that's what you mean by okay. Yeah,
I feel like the game's over after that.
Yeah.
If there's more damage put on or anything.
But Oh, okay, the wiggle out again, but Polish actually doesn't go for the nair at that point. Oh, JuiceBox landing and getting a down smash instead. I think he's coming alive, and he caught the jump right there. He caught the jump right there. So JuiceBox is babysitting. He's threatening that area underneath Polish to say, like, you can't just drop down and go to ledge. Oh, but he drops it a little bit, but JuiceBox is low enough percent where he can take that down smash and still get the grab.
Yeah, I mean, Peach on the ledge is such a bad thing anyway, so if you force her there, it's almost a win. JuiceBox has a full stock lead, first time in the set. Signs of life from JuiceBox. You love to see it.
Yeah. I am so happy to see JuiceBox now actually in a comfort zone being down 2-0 in the previous winner set and in this winner set, whereas I feel like he's a player who could definitely get discouraged when things that he was doing weren't working, but Polish, so sick, the conveyor belt, dragging Sheik out. Oh, no! Oh, but the reverse hit, or not the reverse hit, the regular hit of Nair, sending JuiceBox back to stage, not what Polish wanted at all.
I mean, so my hands have been clenched. It started that way because JuiceBox started moving faster, but then Polish's punish kept them clenched.
Oh, that's right. It's these two have not been letting up. I still feel like this is even winnable for Polish with his punish game. If JuiceBox loses confidence and loses maybe just 2 or 3 neutral interactions, like that could be it.
Yeah, it looks like what I don't want to see is him go back to being extra safe because the increased speed that I saw in that last stock, I think is part of the keys to victory for him here.
It creates pressure, you know? Like Polish doesn't get to play his game specifically, and if he's jumping into down smashes, then that's going to waver his confidence even further.
Yeah, okay, that's great.
That was so sick, actually.
Nice.
That is so sick. Because every other time that's been happening, he's been going for, you know, some extra platform movement into an aerial to bust that out at a critical moment, allowed him to get that game and let him stay in the set.
Yeah, because Polish is thinking about doing something defensive to just avoid an aerial. I mean, he may have been actually just, from the look of the replay, standing there because he expected an aerial over the top. And then, you know, the run-up grab just happened to work. And it was a great choice for a punish, too, because you get the KO confirm.
Because you get the confirm, for sure. You for sure get the confirm. It's a little bit dicey if you're at the edge of the platform, but when he had that runway to get the dash, I mean, it's free real estate.
It may have been a do you want to go back type of discussion that we just saw in the player cams.
I see, yeah. Perhaps, but I think they are going to Dreamland. And I don't think that this is a death sentence for JuiceBox like it might be in other matchups.
I was going to ask how bad that was.
Yeah. The fact that JuiceBox is going to have to win potentially 2 games on Dreamland. Wait a second. Don't tell me. They're going to Pokemon Stadium?
You sound surprised.
Why? Okay. I think it's...
You sound so surprised.
I think it's fine. I actually counterpick. I think Sheik sometimes counterpick Peach to Stadium. The lower ceiling creates a kill confirm opportunity, down throw up air to kill pretty early, and these platforms give a fair amount of options for Sheik to be recovering from combos and to use those aerials when Peach is on those platforms. So I don't know, maybe Polish knows something I don't know or feels differently, but I don't think it's bad.
You'll have to tell us throughout the set. I know he's really good at using those side platforms at that height and length. But you'll have to tell me if you see something this set that Polish is doing that other Peaches aren't on this stage.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, okay. This I think is pretty standard, is that, like, that float right a little bit. That was a stitch! Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Died anyway, it's okay.
What is pretty typical is that a good float height for Polish, which he was using, is just a little bit diagonally above JuiceBox. Is that a kill? That's a kill.
Oh, close. It was a close one, but...
Don't patronize me.
No cigar.
I'm dumb.
It was pretty close. I meant it in the best way.
It was close. It happens to the best of us. And me.
Yeah, so this is the thing about Stadium with transformations is Peach can go turnip farming a little bit. It's hard to approach her because her hitboxes are so good, too.
That's right. Yeah, you're putting a lot on the line when you go chase her.
I like how JuiceBox snagged the ledge.
Oh no! Really bad spot for Sheik there. Luckily, the transformation ends there, but that could have really easily been like a whole, like gotten them to 150% just off of down smashes.
Okay, yeah, so wave dash in punish off Peach down smash is a pretty common punish for most of the cast, but it looks like the Sheik down smash isn't fast enough. Unfortunately, loses another stock on the ledge. It's the 3rd one this set.
And Wow, look at those.
And now just rolling away from
so
the down
low
smash.
from Polish.
I feel like at that percent, you wave dash forward jab, right? It pops Peach up.
Oh.
Is that something you can do?
Yeah, I think maybe at like the super percent, but like you can crouch cancel even at like 100, 120 or whatever.
It's like 180.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Maybe.
I mean, that is a pretty niche thing to know.
Yeah.
Peach at 200%, how to get your kills on.
But it is like, I mean, it's like, it feels like if you ever jab a Peach, it's cheese, you know?
Yeah, so it's not even thinking of jab as an option in the matchup, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Actually, the trade ending up okay for JuiceBox, but he's down a full stock while being on the set point of winners finals. He's approaching forward. I actually really like JuiceBox has been showing a lot of courage going into overshoot and like getting an F tilt or a grab at the end of the stage.
Yeah, because before it was defaulting to his play style of just restricting space. Now sometimes he's like going directly for the bullseye, just trying to hit Polish. And every now and then you got to do it.
You got to do it, yeah. Especially if you end up wrong and you take a hit, you're on the far end of the stage, and you know you're probably not going to die.
Probably.
You have way more stage to work with. Yeah. Forward throw actually not going to kill here. Good DI from JuiceBox, but the turnips get so in his way.
Yeah, maybe he tried to do that thing where you fair it or something, because it looked like he wanted to interact with it. Maybe it was a little bit late, like got hit during the startup affair.
I think it was more so to clear the path, because if you're trying to do the fancy recovery, it's like a soft nair downward.
Okay.
And then you up B into it.
Oh, true. Yes. Yeah.
That would be giving JuiceBox an extra leg in the recovery. But, man, it is do or die for JuiceBox right now.
It's a whole stock. He could be, he could lose right here on this. And, you know, it's not looking too good. Polish just looks so calm. He's been so steady the entire set.
That's right. I feel a lot of consistency from Polish. There have been there's like only been one moment during that game on Battlefield where I just saw like, oh, Polish is sort of getting outplayed and outspaced and outmaneuvered by JuiceBox. Everything else has been sort of like Polish's game, where JuiceBox has just been trying to like find spots in between them.
Okay, and up air Peach is now above JuiceBox. Yeah, I feel like he's got to make it count.
This is a big situation. Actually finds the forward air. So ballsy from JuiceBox. Most of the time, I think Polish was caught off guard, because that's a really bad situation for Sheik if you get reversalled.
I feel like he like wiggled back a little bit in the drift to make it look like he was retreating, and then came forward even more. Oh, let's go JuiceBox.
Let's go JuiceBox coming out from the crowd. He is the hometown hero. Some of them forgetting that Polish used to live in Maryland. Oh, but it's almost even now, and JuiceBox has to find this kill, or else it's the end of his winner's life. Polish, with a really threatening float, and JuiceBox knows it. Ooh, the dare, the tap dance onto JuiceBox's shield right now. Jabbing at high percentage cheese snacks. It's cheese.
It wasn't high enough.
Ooh.
I thought he had him.
They're both flubbing. They're both flubbing by the edge there. The dash attack was good from Polish, but JuiceBox with a good down DI to snap to ledge instead. Now he's in a bad situation, but Polish gets poofed instead. It's back to neutral. Can he find anything? JuiceBox pushing really hard right now. What he's looking for is a grab.
He gets snared out.
He doesn't get the fair. The Polish snares out of it instead. No!
Polish was so brave holding his ground with that nair. He has to go Zelda.
JuiceBox has no resources and vanishes right into Polish's nair. Polish prepped to cover that recovery and just nairs.
And now he's got to prep for grand finals. Polish with an impressive last game over JuiceBox.
Yes, absolutely. Signs of life from JuiceBox.
Yeah.
Signs of life.
He was definitely looking good. Unfortunately, it came a little late. So if that happens to be the grand finals match, I think we're going to see a close one. I think it's going to be real good. Yeah.
Wow. Absolutely good moment from JuiceBox. I think from that set, I think we know that he's got it in him to take the whole tournament, especially as he has beaten both of the players who he might potentially face off against in losers finals. I think up next we're getting No Fluxes and Crike, which is going to be, I think, honestly, a tough one for Crike.
I can't call it either way. I think you're right. The more I think about it, the more I think you're right. And here's why.
Okay.
The way that I know how to beat, I used to be a Marth man a long time ago.
Okay.
But the way that I know how to beat Ganon with Marth is to, and I think I might have said this on this same stream,
Maybe.
is to play like you plan to time out the Ganon and let himself lose
Okay.
rather than trying to win. Because he can't. What's Ganon going to do to contest a sword? Just get hit, really.
Just get hit.
And you don't want to give up too much stage. I'm not saying like just run away or anything like that.
But to establish sort of like...
But Craig's not that kind of player. He's not a swinger.
That's true.
He tries to evade. And it feels like No Fluxes is very capable, very ready to evade very often.
Yes.
And
he's got to pinpoint that location where Crike is going to be because Crike is so evasive. What I'm also looking out for is pinpointing that spot in my calendar.
December 17th and 19th, and pinpointing the spot on the map.
That's right, Orlando, Florida.
So you can make it to Smash World Tour Championships with over $150,000 in prizes. That's
so much money.
Crazy.
That's so much money.
They've got Melee and Ultimate. It's an ultimate spectator experience of the year with multiple stages and multiple streams. There's a last chance qualifier that you can participate in. Play some of your favorite players. Get some tournament experience. Competing is a thrill that everyone should know. And if you happen to not make it through Friday, there are some great side events for Saturday.
Yes.
Yep, and then of course the Sunday finals will be a grand event.
Yes, huge spectator event. I think it's going to be in like an arena or something.
It is the first international super major since before the pandemic.
Wow.
So it is a big deal.
I do definitely get chills there, like seeing representatives from different